Hello, Serge here for the Backyard Driving Range. We have the clipboard and we got a question, and this one comes from Jack Coates, and it was sent in for the webinar that we did, DJ and I did at his house. And it says, and Jack says, Serge, I notice with DJ and sometimes with you that on your backswing the clubs go beyond vertical and tread into the parallel. I think he also means by that the SBG, the Sacred Burial Ground, the parallel zone, the Sacred Burial Ground. You two are pros and can get away with it, but for us mere amateur mortals, isn't this a strict no-no? Also, in an upcoming daily video, can you demonstrate the Serge swing in slow motion? So we will answer your question, and I'll also swing in slow motion, Jack. So, first off, and I'm going to clarify something. In the first sentence you said, you notice that DJ and sometimes with you, meaning me, on our backswings, the clubs go beyond vertical and tread into the parallel zone, the Sacred Burial Ground. I'm not throwing DJ under the bus here, but DJ does, with his driver, and sometimes his 3-wood, get pretty close to parallel, if not parallel now and then. And if you've been on this blog at any reasonable amount of time, you know that's one thing, and that we work on diligently to try to get DJ to shorten up. But I will emphatically say, if you can find a swing that I swung to parallel and got in the Sacred Burial Ground, I don't know if it exists, so I don't think you can find it. Because it's the one thing that Serge doesn't do, is he doesn't go to parallel with any club, not even sniffing it. And I don't think you can see here that this is my normal swing, and whether I hit a driver or any club in the bag, the most I ever go is right about there. So I don't think you can ever find me going to parallel, and hopefully in the near future you won't ever see DJ going there anymore. But again, why does going parallel very likely put us in the Sacred Burial Ground? I'm going to spin this aiming arrow here around here to get perpendicular to the flag. So if I get in here and I'm standing here, the Sacred Burial Ground is everything behind my toe line on both sides. So it exists in the backswing as well as the forward swing. We're not supposed to go in a Sacred Burial Ground, because once we go back there, the arms tend to break and the arms over rotate, and that's a big cause of why clubs go flat and get flat and laid off at the top. And so if you want to stay vertical, you need to stay out of the Sacred Burial Ground. And again, swinging to parallel, when you swing to parallel and the club is going longer and longer and longer to get to parallel, that tends to keep pulling us, the shoulders and the hips, a little bit farther, and therefore can bleed the club into the Sacred Burial Ground. So that's why the Serge swing as a 3/4 limited turn vertical swing is able to stay out of the Sacred Burial Ground on both sides, as long as you make sure you swing vertical and control your rotations to where the fact that the club is going to go vertical up in both the backswing and forward swing, and that your body is also going to control its rotations, that when you hit the ball, you turn to the toe line, and the turn stops at the toe line and comes up here, because if you keep turning past the target, your arms are eventually going to collapse around your shoulders, and you're going to go deep and wide, which can cause everything from pulls and hooks to holding on to stop that, and the next thing you know, you're hitting thins and blocks and slices. So that's critical. So now you want to swing in slow motion. All right, we'll start with it from the face on. All right, left arm shaft in line. I'm going to go back into the catcher's mitt. Now the catcher's mitt is basically always just slightly inside the aiming line. I'm going to leave it this way for starters. And if I was the catcher, and say a golfer was standing on this side going into the catcher's mitt, the catcher's mitt is basically just a little bit right inside, right here, just about here. Where it is up in the air depends on the length of one's arms and legs or whatever, but the key is we pick the club up just like as if you're picking your arm up to throw a ball, all right? Or to skip a ball, a rock underhanded, or to throw a ball overhand. We just pick it up. There's no low, slow takeaway, and push the club low and slow to the ground. So we go, with that situation now, when I start here face on, I'm just going to make, the definition of a Serge swing is a little bit of turn and a lot of lift. So we're only going to turn our body. We're going to lift the club up into the catcher's mitt right here. So I'm lifting it up like this, and then from there it's straight up. So I'm going right hip, right shoulder starts it back with a little bit of turn. My goal is to always feel like the club starts first and the toe starts by the toe going up into the catcher's mitt, toe up. So I'm going to have a little bit of turn, and I'm going into the catcher's mitt. Once I reach the toe line, it's all lift. Then I do my bump, secondary spine angle tilt, the head goes backwards a little bit. And as quick as it goes back, and as quick as I bump and I ring the bell, bing, bang, I got that little bit of bump. The bump's only about 1 inch. So I got the bump. The hips are turning out. The shoulders are staying relatively square. The club comes back to impact with the face square to the target line. And see how my arms have extended out. So in the catcher's mitt, up the tree. Once my arm reaches the toe line, there's no more turn. It's pure lift. It's straight up. There's a little bit of bump. Hit the ball straight. The bump is turned over to my forward foot's turning over. My body's held behind the ball. Arm straightened. Then it goes into forward catcher's mitt. At this time, once I've started bumping, my back foot's pushing off a little. It comes down. I'm pushing off. I hit the ball into the forward catcher's mitt, and then I'm standing up, square to the target, come over the shoulders, right near the ear, recoil and relax. Aim to the target, and then walk away when you want. From the back view, toe line, I've gone into the catcher's mitt. The catcher's mitt somewhere over here. Because I'm bent over at the waist, I've lost about 15 degrees of my spine angle. When I'm in the catcher's mitt toe up, it is not perfectly toe up. It is about 15 degrees shut, which means that leading edge is very close to my spine angle. It's there, and then once I'm in the mitt and I keep turning until the forward arm gets over the toe line, then it's straight up the tree. All right? That's why we don't hit the wall. The wall's over here. Shouldn't hit the wall with any club. So the club rotates here, gets the toe line straight up, then I bump. You can see the club gets laid off a little bit because of the secondary spine angle tilt. I'm doing everything I can to not let it get too laid off. I want that club to come down as straight as I can. In my mind, I feel like I take the club straight back, straight up, straight down, straight out, and straight up. In my mind, I'm feeling like I'm swinging just like that. So I get up here, I get that bump, the club comes down, my bottom hand, the right hand, is really fighting that club from not going too flat. It straightens up the impact. And once I get the impact, boom, the arms are straight. The weight's already shifted, the lower body shifted. I got that curve. I have that bow in the body, which is keeping me behind the ball as compared to opening up. If people come over the top, they're actually going this way. Instead of bowed, they're concave. Hit the ball. Pushing off, I go in the forward catcher's mitt, hit the forward tree, and I come straight up over the shoulders, come back down, recoil and relax to where the club is. My hands are at my belt buckle, the club's pointing to the target. Sometimes I recoil and relax to like right here instead of letting the club come all the way, but it's in front of my body so that it's straight between my eyes and the target. And then I recoil. After the recoil, I walk away. Okay? Well, hopefully that slow motion helps y'all. And with that, you get this mastered in the mid, up the tree, vertical on both sides, and you'll be hitting it more solid and straight and shooting low scores.